Hello everybody, mega goal number 3 and this is the fifth lesson which is listening in unit number 2. Okay, درسنا بيكون راح يكون استماع في الوحدة الثانية page number 25. Let me remind you just of the title of this unit which is Crime Doesn't Pay. عنوان الوحدة Crime Doesn't Pay. Now let's move on and take a look at the objectives. طبعا الأهداف دائما أحطها لكم بشكل عام. Okay, the first one we should listen to answer the questions. Number 2, we should listen to pronounce the sentences. And number 3, we should read and give the meaning of the new words. نسمع عشان نجاوب على الأسئلة، نسمع عشان ننطق الجمل بشكل صحيح، آخر حاجة نسمع طبعا نقرأ ونعطي معاني الكلمات الصحيحة. So these are the objectives for this lesson. Now let's move on to page number 25. Let's take a look at the photo here. Can you tell me what do you see? Yes, there is a man. And what is the man doing? ماذا يفعل هذا الرجل? Yes, he is probably doing karate. Okay, why do you think so? Probably he's taking a self-defense class. ممكن قاعد ياخذ دروس في حماية نفسه. Now, let's go back to the listening. Listen to the lecture on safety. Right now, you will be listening to an audio about or a lecture, an audio, which is a lecture on safety. اللي هي عبارة بتكون عن محاضرة عن السلامة. You are asked to take notes and then answer the questions. نأخذ ملاحظات وبعدها نجاوب على الأسئلة. As I have explained to you previously, I have explained to you the listening strategy previously. شرحت لكم استراتيجية اللي هي الاستماع من قبل. So right now you should pause the video and read the question very carefully. And then try to answer the question as you listen. حاولوا توقفون الفيديو تقرؤون الأسئلة بانتباه وبعدين تسمعون للفيديو. If you feel that there is a need to listen to the audio more than once, إذا حسيتوا أنكم تحتاجون أنكم تسمعون المقطع أكثر من مرة, you can run it one more time. ممكن تشغلونه أكثر من مرة. Now let's take a look at the questions and discuss them all together. So the first question, you are asked to complete the chart. We have a chart here. And we have to complete it. You have to complete it with things you can do to stay safe. طبعا based on what you are gonna listen to. اللي هي الأشياء اللي تسويها عشان تبقى في أمان. طبعا بناء على المقطع اللي راح نستمع له. Number 2, you are asked why is it important to stay alert. لماذا مهم جدا أن الواحد يكون alert منتبه أو متيقظ. The third question is mainly a discussion question between you and your teacher. درس اللي هو سؤال مناقشة بينك وبين معلمك. Which of these safety precautions do you already take and will you start taking others? شو الأشياء اللي تسويها عادة علشان تبقى في أمان؟ وهل راح تأخذ احتياطات أخرى عشان تبقى في أمان؟ Anyways, get ready to listen to the lecture on safety and try to take notes and answer the question as you listen.
Page 25. 5. Listening. Listen to the lecture on safety. Take notes and then answer the questions. Thanks for coming to our Safety Tips seminar today. This short class will give you important tips and tools for maintaining your personal safety. One of the easiest and most important things you can do to prevent yourself from being mugged is to keep valuables out of sight. Expensive watches, rings, and necklaces make you an easy mark. They are like an invitation to a mugger. I recommend leaving these things at home to prevent them from being nabbed. However, if you must wear them, make sure that they are covered by your clothing until you arrive at your destination. I had been wearing an expensive watch earlier in the day. I took it off before leaving home. Whenever possible, travel with at least one other person. When a person is walking down a street on their own, they are more likely to become a target. Another extremely important and basic way of staying safe is to stay alert. Always remain aware of your surroundings and don't let your guard down. While I walked here today, I was taking constant, quick glances around. This gives you the chance to recognize people or situations around you that are potentially unsafe. If you feel unsafe, quickly walk to a well-populated area and, if necessary, get help. Whenever you can, avoid unfamiliar locations. If you must travel through an area you aren't familiar with, become familiar with it. Before I came here today, I had never been to this part of town. So before I left my house, I mapped out the route to get here. I also made sure to find out the location of the local police station. You might also consider taking a self-defense class. I took a self-defense class last year, and as a result, I feel more confident about my ability to protect myself. In fact, while I was taking the class, someone actually tried to mug me. I say tried because, thanks to the class, he didn't succeed.
So we're back right now. You had listened to a lecture on how to maintain your safety. كيف تحافظ على سلامتك. So there were a couple of things that they were mentioned in the lecture on how to stay safe. كيف الواحد يبقى في أمان أو يحافظ على سلامته. The first one is to keep your valuables out of sight. In case you are wearing expensive watches or jewelries, okay, فرضا إن احنا نلبس مثلا ساعة غالية أو مثلا مجوهرات, it's better to keep these valuables out of sight, متوارية عن الأنظار. Also, when you're traveling, it's recommended to travel with another person. لما الواحد يسافر مع شخص آخر. Also, stay alert. Okay, دائما يكون الواحد متيقظ. Also, avoid unfamiliar locations. حاول إنك تبتعد عن الأماكن اللي غير مألوفة. And also, it's recommended to take a self-defense class. ممكن واحد ياخذ دروس مثلا في كيف يحمي نفسه. So these are a couple of things that were mentioned in the lecture. بعض الأشياء اللي ذكرت في lecture on how to stay safe. إن الواحد كيف يبقى في أمان. Now you are asked to tick the things you do. إيش الأشياء اللي تسويها عادة عشان تحافظ على سلامتك. Okay, so do you keep your belongings or valuable items out of sight? Do you travel with another person? Do you stay always alert? Do you avoid unfamiliar locations? Have you ever taken a self-defense class? If you did any of these things in order to stay safe, please leave them down in the comment box. اتركوا لي في بوكس التعليقات الأشياء اللي ممكن تسوونها علشان تبقى في أمان أو تحافظ على سلامتك. Now let's move on to the next question. Why is it important to stay alert? ممكن تقولوا لي why is it important to stay alert? What's the reason behind staying alert? Yes, when you are alert, you can recognize dangerous people or situations. لما الواحد يكون متيقظ فهو بهالطريقة يكون يلاحظ الأماكن الخطرة أو المواقف الخطرة وكذلك الأشخاص. So don't let your guard down. Always stay alert. Okay? Now let's move on to the pronunciation part. Okay, I'm gonna explain it right now before you listen. Sometimes words ends with the same consonant sound that another word begins with. أحيانا تكون الكلمات مثلا شوفوا اللي في الجملة الأولى tips and seminars. This word ended with the same consonant the other word started with. انتهت هذه الكلمة بنفس الحرف الساكن اللي هو الكلمة الثانية بدأت فيها. خلاص الحروف اللي هي مو من حروف العلة. When this happens لما يحصل هذا usually the sounds are linked. عادة الأصوات تكون كأنها مرتبطة ببعض. Now get ready to listen to these sentences and practice them as you listen. Practice pronouncing them. حاولوا إنكم تنطقونها وأنتوا تسمعون.
Page 25. 6. Pronunciation. When a word ends with the same consonant sound that the next word begins with, the two sounds are linked. Listen and repeat the sentences. Practice linking the consonants.
1. Thanks for coming to our safety tip seminar. 2. This class will give you important tips. 3. To prevent yourself from being mugged, keep valuables out of sight. 4. Don't let your guard down. 5. I must travel to an unfamiliar area.
Okay, so right now you may pause the video and try to pronounce these sentences correctly. حاولوا توقفون الفيديو وتحاولون كيف تنطقون هذه الجمل بشكل صحيح. Now let's move on to the next part. Number 7, which is vocabulary building. We have a couple of words here, بعض الكلمات, which are mentioned in the reading passage on pages 26 and 27. بعض الكلمات الجديدة اللي مذكورة في قطعة القراءة في صفحة 26 و 27. Right now we will read these words and give the meaning of them. Okay, راح نقرأ الكلمات ونعطي المعنى الصحيح لهم. Afterwards we will complete each sentence with one of these words. راح نكمل الجمل بهذه الكلمات. So get ready to listen or get ready to practice pronouncing these sentences. The first one is assume. I assume that she is a doctor. I suppose. Grim. When someone is grim, he is either frustrated or depressed. Pavement. This is the pavement. Coincidence. When you run into someone by chance, for example, I can say it's a coincidence. Installed. I had this program installed last night. A suspect. When someone is a suspect, it means that he's been looked into. Suspect. Display. Display. The window display. Insured. Sometimes people have their expensive belongings insured. Now let's answer this exercise all together. Okay, so assume, grim, pavement, coincidence, installed, suspect, display, insured. Now we are asked to complete the sentences with these words. The first one, the watch is valuable, you should have it. Yes, insured in case it's ever stolen. Number 2, the police are looking for. He has dark hair and was wearing a green shirt. Suspect, right. The news about the plane crash was there were no survivors. Grim. Number 4, I was just thinking of Tom when I bumped into him on the street. What a coincidence. Right. Number 5, Alex had a new house alarm to keep his home safe. Installed. Right. Number 7, my brother fell on the excellent pavement at the skateboard park and broke his wrist. Number 7, I'm meeting her at the usual time, but maybe I'd better check. Assume. Number 8, the department store has a beautiful vacation display in their window. Okay, so you may also check the answers of these sentences, and that's it for this lesson. هذا درس اليوم. Please don't forget to subscribe, share this video with your friends, and leave me a comment if you have any question of any kind. And don't forget to leave me the thumb up. Till next time, have a good one.